Behind the beauty of the British monarchy lies a love story that shook the world: Princess Diana and Prince Charles, the royal couple who changed the history of the royal family and inspired millions of people around the world.
Yes, 4 hands, 2 princes, and the piano.
Harry, don't tread on my toe.
It's a photo session at Kensington Palace with the Prince and Princess of Wales and family.
I can't do a bit louder.
Of course you can.
I can't.
They think they're doing fine for the photographer Tim Graham, but let's get ready for a better shot.
Could you do that again, do you think?
What do you say?
One more kiss.
One more kiss, please. Steady.
Go.
You didn't, Harry. You didn't mean to do it.
Harry.
From father, a young pianist needs a cue on where to look.
Harry. William. Really? Right. Oh, right.
Henry's standing, that's fine.
See.
In the drawing room at Kensington Palace, the Prince and Princess of Wales talk together about their life and work, their causes and interests and bugbears, and their family. It's quite a family time. Prince William's just off to school. Your Royal Highnesses, everybody thought Prince William did terribly well when he set off to school, and you said to him, wave everyone goodbye, and then he just went away. Were you a little sad at that moment?
Well, I was, because it's opening another chapter in my life, and certainly William's, but he's ready for it. He's a very independent child. He's surrounded by a tremendous amount of grown-ups, so his conversation's very forthright. And as you saw, he's more than happy to go down those steps and join the other children. We do see a lot of children. There's always this myth that William, being who he is, hardly ever sees a child, but I have 2 sisters that have 5 children between them. And I have lots of friends who have children as well, so we get around.
And he really does enjoy it. I mean, what did he say to you that first day when he came home?
We were just so excited by it all, and there was a tremendous spurt of conversation. If you could understand that, you could understand anything. He's trying to get it all out. But he just adores other children, and very much an organiser, which probably might be helpful in future years. But he really loved it.
Does he organise himself? Is he?
Oh yes, he's so organised that day that he chose his shorts and shirt. And it's best to put him in that if you want him to smile at the cameras. But he's very happy to do that.
And do you find already that Prince William has a will of his own?
Well, he certainly does. I mean, he's a typical 3-year-old, because I've worked with 3-year-olds, and very enthusiastic about things, pushes himself right into it. He's not at all shy, and very polite, extraordinary enough. Where else, perhaps Harry is more quieter and just watches. Whether he copies William, we wait and see, but he's certainly a different character altogether.
The world sees your partnership, the Prince and Princess of Wales, as a unique job. But what do you think the nature of your job really is?
Well, the difficulty is, of course, that I dare say other people may think differently from what we do. But I think the first, most important thing really is that it's not so much a job as a way of life. I think this is the essential feature of the whole thing. And I mean, I frequently read things saying, why doesn't he get a proper job, or something like that. And I honestly, personally believe that the whole way of one's life is part of the job. And one of the important things, I think, is that it is more than anything else the fact that one is trying to be ambassadors, I hope both of us, for this country. And the way I think we live our lives, in a sense, is also the role. But again, I don't think one can say too often that the particular position that I find myself in, and my wife, there is no actual laid down job or role. And you have to a certain extent, do as you think right and fit. It'd be quite easy to do nothing, in fact. So it's really just the way you feel that things should be done. And above all else, I think the important thing is to serve this country and its people and the Commonwealth.
But I do notice that one of your increasing interests seems to be jobs for young people and getting young people a start in a business life.
Very much so, yes. I've been very much involved in this, really, I think, since those rather dreadful rats in Toxteth and elsewhere in 1981, which is the year we were getting married. And I thought rather seriously about things then, and got together some of the people in my trusts, and we worked out a scheme, because I felt very strongly that we ought to try and find a way of enabling young people in rather deprived parts of the country, in inner city areas and so on, to actually start their own enterprises, because I believe that there is a great deal of talent which lies underutilized. And with a grant of about £1,000, it's amazing what can be started. I went to give the thousands of these grants to one of these young people from London. He seemed extremely well organized and had started a carpet and mattress cleaning business. And we know where to come if we need our carpets cleaned. He's done a lot of, obviously, very cunning market research, because he discovered that by calling it the first national cleaning company or something, that it gets at the top of the list of the yellow pages. If you have a number like first, it goes right to the top. So it's the first one you look at.
But ma'am, when you go out on your engagements, launching things and lunching people and so on, it is a great responsibility. But what do you feel your role is? What is your contribution?
I feel my role is supporting my husband whenever I can, and always being behind him, encouraging, and also, most important thing, being a mother and a wife. And that's what I try to achieve. Whether I do is another thing, but I did try.
But you are developing your own interests and your own specialization.
Yes, but that's taking time, because I don't want to dive into something without being able to follow it up. Nothing would upset me more than just being a name on a top of a piece of paper and not showing any interest at all. Hopefully the organisations I'm involved with see me 2 or 3 times a year, if the times, I can do it, I can fit it in. I just long to help in all sorts of areas.
Now, when you go out and see your charities and see the good causes, you were struck first by the hospices, weren't you?
Yes.
What particularly, when you first went into one, what did you sense about it?
I'd always been led to believe that it was possibly an unhappy place, because patients went in there and not always did they come out. So it was fascination on one side and concern on the other. And certainly after I'd been around the first ward, I remember it so vividly. I was struck by the calmness coming out of the patients in their bed. And most of them will have gone by now, obviously. And it was confronting their illness. They were so brave about it and made me feel so humble. I feel underdressed. No, I don't need to sit down. Just for me? Oh, yes.
See you in the flesh?
In the flesh?
Well,
Don't look too near, you might get a shock.
I've seen enough photos of
I know, there's too many of those. How much do you sell them for?
£3.10 that one's going for.
Is that all?
Mercy's bought it.
Under pressure. lot of hard work goes into it. I mean, how long does it take to make
Well, I
something
really
like
don't
this?
know. I do the teddies as well, you know, toy teddies. I haven't got one to show you, they're all sold.
They go on, what shows what a success
And
they
I
are.
can't keep coping.
No, it's a great demand.
Yes.
So I can knit a dishcloth only because it's square.
Oh.
You can't go wrong.
No. They tidied me up today.
They got you up at dawn. I know, I'm sorry
Yes.
about that.
Oh no, it's been lovely. It's lovely seeing you.
And how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel fine, thank you. Yes. I'm much better than when I first came.
What's your better since?
Yeah, they're my better tips.
Since I've never seen one, can you explain them to me?
Oh, we just have a bit on them, mate.
Oh,
I bet you've seen one, I bet you've seen one.
she hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say. No.
Right.
Will you tell me?
I'll be just see this signer down there. Is
that your writing?
Yeah.
And then someone takes that off?
Yeah, so somebody just glided to that into the betting set, into them, and they just put it
Is
on
that this afternoon's release?
Yeah.
Maybe the princess will get you a winner.
Yeah, give me a winner today. Well,
What about the 3:15?
yeah, do.
Oh look, Charles Duke, let's grab
Yeah,
that one.
do.
There you are. Number 14, it's very out, my husband, alright?
Yeah, I know.
You let me know.
He don't win, I don't punch him in the ear hole.
This is an institution which is developing in this country, and you feel it deserves more support.
I think the word institution makes it sound like a hospital with long corridors. It's not at all. The atmosphere itself is a very welcoming one, homely, and giving the person who perhaps has 4 hours to live or 3 weeks to live the best possible feeling of security and understanding in the situation that they can possibly give.
And also Dr. Bernardo's with mentally handicapped children.
You see, I've got 2 very healthy, strong boys, and it's not always the case with the families I'm meeting through Dr. Bernardo's, and I realise how incredibly lucky I am. And I don't know how I could cope if I had a child that was handicapped or mentally handicapped in some way. So for me, I'm going out there to meet
He's a bit drowsy this morning. He was ill yesterday.
Does he go up and down? Some days are good days, some days.
He had a fit yesterday and he had to go to hospital for a short while and then he was allowed home.
And when he has a fit, do you know how to cope with it? Have you been taught how to?
Yes. Give him Rexall Valium. But he was at school, so he had to go to hospital. They don't do that. So he had to have intravenous injection then. But he's just a bit groggy this morning.
And do they happen quite often?
No, they're lengthening now, the periods of him having them. But he usually did have to go to hospital every time until this new invention came, this new vaccine was introduced.
You've also taken up the deaf,
Yes.
and you're learning the deaf and dumb sign language.
Well, I'm trying. I'm pretty hopeless at that, but I think it's important to show them that you're interested and you're not just breezing in and out, having seen them for a morning. I've got all my senses, and they haven't. They're missing 1 or 2, and I'm learning how they adapt, or if they've been deaf and dumb since birth, how they cope, and how they deal with the outside world who don't always want to know about them, perhaps.
And do you practice the language? Does the prince help you with your lessons?
I don't know if you'd understand.
Now, I know one, and that's
That.
H.
H.
And you know why? Because when I had my tonsils out when I was very small, I had a night nurse who was called Sister Hicks. She always used to come in and say, Sister Hicks. So I always remember that. But it doesn't get me very far, I'm afraid, in my conversations with the dead.
Well, now, 2 questions that everybody will want to have answered. What do you say, ma'am, when you read in the papers that you are a determined, domineering woman?
I don't always read that. I'm people very willing to tell me that. But I don't think I am. I'm a perfectionist with myself, but not necessarily with everybody else. And those stories arose a long time ago and have kept coming out again and again. But I don't think I am.
You feel hurt by them?
Well, obviously one does. You feel very wounded, and if it comes out, you think, oh gosh, I don't want to go out and do my engagement this morning. Nobody wants to see me. Help, panic. But you've got to push yourself out and remember that some people hopefully won't believe everything they read about you, because there's far too much about me in the newspapers, far too much. It horrifies me when there's something more important, like what goes on in a hospice, or there's been a bomb or something. They'll put me on the front page.
But there is a natural and continuing interest in you. For example, have you actually tried to change Prince Charles in any way since you got married?
Not at all. I mean, obviously the one or two things, like maybe the odd tie or something, but nothing. Shoes. We won't go any further. But nothing dramatic.
Well, would you say that you had many common interests? Would you say you had many mutual friends?
Yes, we do. But obviously, there's not always the time, especially in a weekday, to see them. And I sometimes have my friends to lunch if my husband's out, or we have people to dinner whenever we can. But my husband goes to a lot of dinners, whereas the wives aren't required. So we can't always find a date to suit both of us. But I enjoy polo enormously. I mean, I go to as many matches as I can. So the myth about me hating it is really quite out of control. And other things that he does, the opera and things.
Now, the other question is about the Prince and vegetarianism. Is that true, sir? Are you a vegetarian now?
I know I'm not a complete vegetarian, no, but I think I started to examine the things I ate slightly more carefully than I had done before, and became slightly more conscious of what I was eating, which I hadn't done. And I actually now don't eat as much meat as I used to. I eat more fish. But the point I think is very important about this is that the extraordinary thing that, in a sense, one should be accused of being in any way interested in vegetarianism, because if you only ate meat and no vegetables, nobody would complain at all, which always seems to me rather illogical. But if somebody only eats vegetables or whatever and doesn't eat meat, then all hell seems to break loose. I've never quite understood this. I think the important thing, if you are going to change your diet in any way, is to make sure that it is adequately balanced. And in order to do that, you must either get proper advice or read the proper books and so on, because if you do it wrongly, you don't get the right intake. And I actually find I feel better if I don't eat as much meat.
But it depends what you call a vegetarian. I mean, you can be a vegetarian that doesn't eat fish, milk, cream, eggs. But you eat all those things. It's just perhaps not as much meat as people would expect.
Are you thinking of following in his footsteps?
No, it was always been my own idea. I mean, I prefer fish than I do meat. But it's, I don't think I'm going dotty.
It doesn't cause any problems in the family. The children like what they get.
No, I mean, they can eat what they like.
Of course, some people say that you're so slim, you probably don't eat enough anyway.
Mm. When we go on an engagement, if it's a lunchtime one, we often have a buffet lunch so we can get around the enormous amount of people there sometimes are. So it's impossible to talk and eat at the same time. So you end up chasing a bit of chicken around the plate and never getting anything yourself. And by the time you get home, certainly there's no time, you're rushing off somewhere else. But I'm never on what's called a diet. Maybe I'm so scrawny, it's because I take so much exercise. I don't know.
And you keep up your swimming, do you?
Yes, I swim every day, sometimes twice a day, so I've got the time.
And do you have time to keep up your dancing? You're always interested in that.
I actually wanted to be a dancer, but I overshot the height by a long way. I couldn't imagine some man trying to lift me up above his arms, but I do it once a week if I can, and it's a combination of tap, jazz and ballet. And I really enjoy it enormously, and I think it's vital to switch off for 1 or 2 hours every week.